YouTube. It's your coach with your most, Coach Jay, coming at you with another video. Alright, so today we're going to break down and see what we got going on. We have Novak entering the Australian Open for next month. We got Serena back in the lab. She's out of the tournament. This time taking some rest and doing some more things. You got Osaka. Is she ready to shine again? Now, does having more titles than Fed and Nadal make you the greatest? We're going to talk about Novak and his potential in adding one more title to his belt. And last but not least, who is up next in the game? All right, now we got some amazing players coming up, but let's see who's ready to break the ice. We'll talk about that too. Now, today's sponsor is me, Game Time Tennis. If you have not already, please go and like and comment on all the pictures, all the posts. On my IG is Game Time Stringing. On my Facebook is Game Time Tennis. Please go and check out those pages. There's more to come. A lot of my personal customizations and things like that will be on my Facebook and my IG. You get to kind of chat with me. Please, by any means. Now, a lot of people have been asking, hey, how do I get in contact with you to get some rackets strong? If you go on my IG or my Facebook, you can look into the links in my descriptions, and you can go in and actually book any of the services, from just a restring job to consultations to even product finding. Been amazing when it comes to finding certain products for certain people, and not only just products, but products at a price that people are willing to pay. Not always the high priced items or the prices that you can find on your noticeable Tennis Warehouse or Tennis Express or Tennis Point. But so please check me out. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. If I can't help you, I will always point you in the direction of somebody who can. Now, without further ado, that's Game Time Tennis. I'll take care of all your tennis needs. Now, let's get back to our regular scheduled video. So, first things first, all right? We're looking up, and Novak has entered the Australian Open. Now, with Novak entering the Australian Open, there's a couple of things that go along with it. First things first is Novak has to be fully vaccinated. Okay, Novak, who is tied with Roger Fedor and Rafael Nadal on 20 Grand Slams, has not revealed his vaccination status. Last month, his father said that he is likely to skip the tournament over the vaccine mandate. Okay, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that these players should be fully vaccinated to participate in these tournaments? Is it players being selfish and not wanting to protect themselves? Is it that the players have misunderstandings of what the vaccine is or how it does or doesn't protect us? Do they think it's a control thing? There's so many different theories out there now. So we'll look for that. Kind of looking to see what Novak is really going to do, because he has to be fully vaccinated to play in this tournament. Now, the ATP is already saying, the Australian Open is already saying, hey, look, we are not in the process of helping him get past the point where he is vaccinated. He's got to do that thing on his own. We're not pushing for him to get vaccinated or anything like that. If that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. And if he doesn't, we will take the proper precautions and he won't be in the tournament. So we'll see how that works out. Now, you got, along with Novak, you got alongside that, you got Naomi Osaka, defending champion of and U.S. Open Emma Raducanu. who will make her Australian Open debut. Now, Emma is a beast. Wow, the girl's got talent. The girl's got some poise and some skill, and I can't wait to see her. I can't wait to see Naomi Osaka putting in some work back on the court. Um, Definitely happy that she's taking some time to deal with her mental health. And it doesn't help when you got some reporters that aren't the best reporters, that really try to ask questions to not only just agitate some of the players, and not all of them not like that, but some of them really try to agitate the players with some of the craziest and dumbest questions. Some questions that you know would make some of the most calm and peaceful individuals get really upset. So hopefully we don't have any stupid reporters asking some very dumb questions. And we can see a lot of great tennis going on in the Australian Open. Next thing, Dominic Thiem will be coming back for the Australian Open after his wrist injury in Melbourne Park. All right, so Dominic Thiem has been out. I guess he's been hitting the ball a little too hard, and they're starting to take notice and probably gave him a little bit of wrist injury. No, but seriously, Dominic Thiem is an explosive player. Like, wow. If Nadal had a kid that was of age to play in the tournament, it probably would look like Dominic Thiem. Like, wow. Like, explosive. Like, man, I love his game style. It's amazing, man. So happy to see him back from injury, or we'll be happy to see him playing in the Australian Open. I think it's gonna be absolutely amazing. Now, when we look at everything that's going on, let's start with Novak. Okay, does Novak having more titles than Fedor and Nadal make him the greatest? So players are always chasing the greatest of all time, and solidifying another slam. Would that make Novak the greatest? I don't know if it makes him the greatest, and let me tell you why. I think that players who come up in the right era or the right side of the era will always benefit. That does not mean that players who come up on the wrong side and work hard don't benefit as well. But I think those players who come up on the perfect side of the era have so much more opportunities to be great. For example, when we look at Novak and Nadal and Fed, when those players leave the game, which they will, when those players leave the game, who's next? Now, some people will say, well, yeah, you always got to have your greatest and then everybody else. But you have three greats. And at one point in time, it was a toss-up, like, who's going to get them first? Like, who's got the easier side of the bracket? And there was no easy side because you had either two on one side and one on the other. It was hardly ever three on the same side of the bracket, and it was tough for a lot of players. A lot of players got swallowed up from their greatness and their moment of shine because you got Nadal and Fed and Novak at the top of their game. But as we start to see Fed and Nadal start to slow down a little bit more in their game, we start to look at it and say, are they going to refine their game to stay on top? And I think they are. I think they're in the lab continuing to refine their games and change up some things. I've seen Fed do it a lot. But also with that slow down and things like that, I mean, this is peak season for Novak to slide his head through the door and say, hey, look at me. I'm still here, I'm still grinding, and I'm still great. And those who love Novak respect his game. I definitely respect his game. And regardless of if he was my favorite player or not, man, 21 titles, That's a lot. That is a lot of titles. So, with that being said, I think it's going to be interesting. I think it really is going to be interesting to see what all is going on, and honestly and personally, who's going to peek their head up next. Give me 1 second, y'all. I love y'all, but I done made a mistake. I forgot to plug something in. Hold on. Gotcha. Alright, here we go. So, with that being said, what's Nadal gonna do? What's Fed gonna do? And more importantly, is Novak ready to take over as most Grand Slam titles right now over Nadal and over Fed? We'll see. Serena, I really am upset that she's not going to be playing in the Australian Open. However, I love this time that she has to get back and refine her game, and get back to her peak her. I've seen time and time again where I found myself watching Serena matches over and over and fighting for points like she does because of the amount of drive and grind that she has, her self-talk, her come on Serena kind of talking. We see it, but do we see it a lot and as passionate as Serena? I think that's why she's captured so many people's minds and hearts when it comes to even just the women's side of the game. Not only just tennis, but even more specifically the women's side of the game. So, I hope she's getting back in the lab, doing her thing, taking her time to heal from her hamstring injury that pulled her out of her last tournament. And so, can't wait to see her back in peak form. Now, is Osaka ready to shine again? Osaka's kind of been in this transition phase, man. Mental health is a very serious thing, and with that, we look and we're trying to figure out, is Osaka ready to return to the game again? I think she is, in the sense that she has taken time to herself to refine what she wants next for the game. I think she's achieved so much in a very short amount of time that now she's trying to refine and figure out what is her next step. Is it more titles? Is it more community building? Is it more the next big player? Is she trying to overdo herself as the next big player? What is it that Osaka wants? And when I think she finds that out, and I hope she has, I think that it's going to be really scary on the women's side. I honestly think that the men's and women's side of the game is about to crank up really high in intensity. So I'm excited to see what comes of the Australian Open. I will keep you up to date on that. And like I said, man, you guys are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. You want to holler at me, you want to leave a comment on some pictures, you want to get your racket strong, check out Game Time Stringing, click the link there, or check out Facebook at Game Time Tennis. Click my link there. It'll take you right to a page where you can get booking for everything from a consultation. You're looking to fix your forehand, I'm there. Send me a video. We will break it down on my channel if you would like. Or if you just want to stay in the lab and stay closed, not tell anybody you're working, but you need some quick and easy tips that you can take with you, you can come back and refine. Last but not least, I am starting a mental course, a mental growth course for those players who are just looking to get right over the hump. Those players who need to refine their games and give their games just that extra little boost to get where they want to be in this game of tennis. So we'll have more to come. Right now I'm gonna have video consultations, but I will have a master class that I'm going to teach over how to get over the hump when you're just in a little slump. Alright? Love y'all. This is Coach J. Check out Game Time Tennis. Love y'all. Peace.